GM, I have a question about Warlock pacts in D&D.
What about them? Your character makes a deal with a powerful entity, and while they vary in terms of origin and appearance, it always boils down to a deal of some kind in exchange for power.
I know, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing in D&D that explicitly describes the nature of those deals.
What do you mean?
Obviously, this ties more into player input, but I've always been curious if the pact varies depending on the type of patron. Like, for instance, your typical contract may apply to devils, but what about the Fae? Within lore, they tend to operate more on nebulous loopholes and double meanings, so it stands to reason if you made a deal with them, they wouldn't spend time laying out the terms of a legally binding agreement like a devil or a celestial would.
Well, then what would the deal look like?
Okay, hear me out, but I imagine a deal with the Fae to be more akin to a social media algorithm than anything else. While one day you may be doing everything right, it is subject to change on the whims of forces beyond your comprehension, with rules and regulations that change every day.
Meaning that you essentially have to constantly keep track of what you can and can't do if you have any hopes of achieving the power promised to you.
Exactly, like for instance, my powers are only active during 3 to 5, otherwise any attempt to cast spells fizzles.
That seems really dumb and frustrating.